Hi, so this week's card is Melusine and it says love who you are. And the thing is that though it's a certain type of picture of a very beautiful woman, what she wants us all to do is to love ourselves, love every single bit of ourselves. And this is why, as we come into this Scorpio supermoon lunar eclipse, that's what we need to work on. We need to work on how wonderful we are. Now, you may not feel wonderful at this time, but let's see what my team say about that. I apologise for my hair. I've just come out the shower. So she's apologising for things that she shouldn't apologise for. Because this is a part of loving yourself. You accept yourself as you are. You accept yourself that you are coming out of the shower and being asked by your guides to make videos because they feel that this is more important than you having dry hair. And so you accept it. You accept that you were clean, you were tidy, your hair may be wet, but you are still presentable. And that how people perceive you is their stuff, as we always tell her. It's their stuff. It's their way of seeing the world. And this is what we're asking you to work on. You need to start working on yourself rather than what others are doing, because that is their stuff. You can meet people, you can be together in a group, and you can have a wonderful time, but there are times when you will disagree. And this is because your worldview clashes with their worldview, because you've all been drawn differently, you've all been brought up differently, you've all been created differently. And life experiences are reacted to differently by different people. 10 people can have the same experience, but how they react to it depends on them. And so this is what you need to work on. You need to work on you. You need to work on your emotions. You need to work on what makes you balanced and stable and peaceful. Because what many of you are doing is you're looking outside, you're looking to what others are telling you to do. And when you are facing a highly emotional time, you need to look in. You need to look at that support system that you have. Have I got a strong enough inner support system? Am I connecting to that divine energy? Am I connecting to the beings who are supporting me so they can help me enhance my inner strength, my inner peace, my inner balance? And this is something that many of you are finding hard. And this is because you are being shown that you need to become one with the energy of the divine so that you can come into balance and peace. And for many people, they're expecting an epiphany, a great flash of light, but all it is becoming that space of peace in amongst the chaos, the noise, the destruction, the distraction. 100 people screaming at you, and you just go into that space of peace. The now, as some people call it. But it's just all names for the same thing. Just becoming at peace and centered and balanced. And in that space where some say nothing can touch you. But what it is you are creating peace so that those around you start to fall in peace and you ignite their peace and their balance and their centeredness. And so the wave begins. So as each of you do this, know that you are helping another. You are igniting peace, the flame of peace, the feeling of peace, the connection of peace. We ask you to just sit quietly and take a few deep breaths and stop your mind from screaming and rattling about how the world is. Switch off those noises around you, the phone, the television, the computer, just for 5 minutes so that you can have breath, a universal breath, a divine breath, and fall into that peace, allowing yourself to just be you and the divine and peace. And as this becomes, we would say, stronger, we would use a word, but we would use more present, then you feel that you are able to then come out of that space with that energy with you and face your day. And as you go through your day, you do it again. If you have to go off somewhere to the toilet or a corridor, and just do it again. Return to that peace, return to that connection, return to the breathing to bring you into that space. Because often people forget to breathe. People forget to slow their breathing down, because when you exercise, you need to breathe faster. But in reality, if you are at the right pace, you need to breathe at a certain pace to match the energy you're using. You breathe so that your body has enough oxygen. And so to slow yourself down, you need to breathe slower, taking in longer, deeper breaths, allowing yourself to be in your body, but in the peace as well, feeling that slowness, that calmness flowing everywhere. So when you feel that the world is too much, stop, breathe, return to that balance, that peace, and start again. So we will leave it there. So much is happening at the moment that we really need to take a breath. And as Melusine says, love yourself. And this is the thing, we forget to take that moment of self-care. We forget to take that moment where it's all about us in a positive way. In a case of sit down and take that 5 minutes. Have that 5 minute break with a cuppa so that you can balance yourself back. And if some of you relax watching a silly thing on television, that's okay as well, as long as it brings you peace. It's all about keeping in that peace. So we will leave it there.